Guys, you knew what it was. All right, Sixers versus Celtics. You know about this rivalry, and we had 2 nights to prepare for this game here. And after this game, all I really have to say is, Boston, you suck. Guys, I'm at Parceo Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today, we're going to review the Sixers versus the Celtics. And that is coming up next. Let's get this started, guys, shall we? Yeah! Alright guys, before we move forward here, real quick, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my channel here. I really appreciate it, guys. My goal here is to make my face and my name known here in the Philadelphia sports landscape. And honestly, guys, I could use your guys' help to grow. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. And yeah, that is right. The Sixers took care of business against the Boston Celtics, winning this game 109-98. And guys, real quick, the big news heading into this game, it was quite honestly obvious here. And it was that Joel Embiid would be out for this game and would more than likely miss the next week to 2 weeks with a torn ligament in his ring finger. If you guys remember, he had that dislocated finger against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday night. And it was revealed that that injury was later on determined to be a torn ligament in that finger. So, definitely, first off, kudos to JoJo for finishing out that game with a torn ligament in his hand there. And he finished that game strong. And now we are going to have to suffer without Joel Embiid for the next 2 weeks. And you guys know that this is definitely a huge blow for the Sixers. The fact that the Sixers have had struggled throughout the season with the ability of, spacing out the court for JoJo. So now that you take away Joel Embiid, who is such a dominant presence down in the paint, right? He gets you those hard buckets down in the post. He's an absolute top tier, if not the best rim protector in the NBA. So you're losing that right then and there for the Sixers, and you're facing off against the Boston Celtics team. That is a good team. They were on a 2-game losing streak, and they just played the night before, but you knew that this was a good team to play against. But this game, let's start off the Sixers looking good. They got the lead, and then near the end of the first quarter, the Boston Celtics would erupt. In that first quarter, they would knock down 6 threes. 6 threes in that first quarter. That would help them to get one of their biggest. In the second quarter, you saw the Celtics get even as big of a 15-point lead in this game. And they were working it against the Philadelphia 76ers here. The Sixers, however, in the second quarter would finish strong and would actually outscore the Celtics 22-20 in that second quarter. And in the third quarter, they set themselves up to erupt and take the lead here. On the back of Al Horford, the Sixers would find a way to get the lead in this game, and they would even go on a 24-9 run, and a run that spanned for 8 minutes. They were balling on this. That lead would be led by Al Horford. Al Horford was absolutely dominant in this game. Sixers again in the third quarter won that quarter as well, as they outscored the Celtics 29-25. And then in the fourth and final quarter, they won that game fair and square. They would outscore the Celtics 32-18. And guys were knocking down big shots. Al Horford made big shots. You had Josh Richardson had the game of his career. Tobias Harrison knocked down some big shots. Mike Scott played big defense and made some nice putback shots as well. And Ben Simmons stepped up big time in that fourth quarter. And with this combined team effort of scoring the ball, playing team defense, playing rotation defense as well, the Philadelphia 76ers would find a way to beat the Boston Celtics yet again this season. Final score of 109-98. That is now the third win this season for the Philadelphia 76ers against their arch rival, the Boston Celtics. And they won the season series against the Celtics for the first time since 2013. And they have won now 4 straight against the Boston Celtics. That is the first time since the 2001-2002 season. My God, this is a great year for the Sixers and Celtics rivalry, if you are a Sixers fan, of course. All right, but let's talk about what went right for the Philadelphia 76ers and who stepped up big here. Well, first off, the loss of Joel Embiid would be huge. The rim protection and just the production it gives you. JoJo is averaging 23 points a game, so where were you going to find this production from Joel Embiid? Defensive-wise, the Sixers use a lot of rotation. And they just made everything tough for the Boston Celtics here. After that first quarter, when Boston was knocking down all those three, wing defense stepped it up as well. Al Horford will be put back in that number 5 role that he is accustomed to playing in his career, and he really felt comfortable back there as a lead center there. He was great on rim protection. He made some crucial shots. He finished this game with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. He was huge on this game. And that, again, brings up the question that I have for you guys. Should we have Al Horford as the backup center for the Philadelphia 76ers? It really begs that question because Al Horford is so much more effective when he plays at number 5. He's a prototypical 5 in today's NBA. He knows how to rim protect. He knows how to play down in the paint, but he also can knock down a couple of shots here and there. Putting Al Horford in with Joel Embiid when you don't even have a point guard who can shoot the ball and space out the court for you, it really makes it tough. But Al Horford really stepped up big time here in this game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, JoJo out, Al Horford playing the 5. That thrusted Mike Scott into the starting lineup as he would start at the number 4 position. Now, he wasn't tearing it up, but he did the little thing. He would do the dirty work for this Philadelphia 76ers. He would finish with 7 points. He had 4 boards and an assist, but he was big in that fourth quarter, to say the least. Tobias Harris would not be the leading scorer here. He wouldn't be the alpha dog that we've seen throughout the season. But Tobias did his part and made big shots when the Sixers needed a big shot to be taken. He had 16 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, and he would also have 2 steals. So he was active on both sides of both ends of the court. All right, Ben Simmons had a good game here, and what is remarkable for me is Ben Simmons notoriously does not play well against Boston. Brad Stevens has a good game plan for Ben Simmons, and usually he is very able to stop him, but he played good in this game. Ben Simmons had 19 points in this ballgame. He'd get 9 boards and 3 assists, and really what was working is in the second half, Brett Brown, did a little experimenting. He put Ben Simmons at that 5 for a little bit. Ben went from the 1 to the 5, and really it worked well. They ran some pick and roll with Ben Simmons, and he was able to get lobs, able to get outlet passes, to get in the layup. And the fact that Ben just continuously does not want to shoot, it leaves Brett Brown no choice but to put him in other spots. He can't just play the 1 when you're down with your best players not playing right now. So it definitely kudos to Brett Brown for moving him around, and I want to continue seeing the versatility from Ben Simmons. If he's not going to shoot, we might as well just use his assets in different spots that can help us out in the long run here. And with Ben Simmons moving around, that allowed Josh Richardson to have the game of his season here with the Sixers. Josh really was honestly the difference maker, the reason why we won this game. He put up 29 points, 3 boards, and 7 assists. And his ability to actually shoot is why Brett Brown put him at the point guard, in the second half there. The ability to shoot allows the spacing that we really needed, and that worked. And that worked well for Ben Simmons. That worked well for Tobias and Al Horford. Everyone around, that would be the benefit for him. And he was feeling it. And defensively, he was playing exceptional basketball as well. Josh Richardson stepping up like this really is crucial. Back-to-back nights, he had big games. And honestly, that was the story. The same narrative that you saw in the Thunder game was the same narrative you saw here in the Celtics game. In the crucial moments of the game, guys stepped up and knocked down big shots in order to get this victory here. This was another big team victory. And the bench again stepped up here against the Celtics. Offensively, it would start with Furkan Korkmaz. He would have 9 points, and it would all come on the 3 ball. If Furkan can continue shooting the way he is, he got 9 points off the 3s. That's really what you need coming off the bench. And he had a crucial 3 in the fourth quarter to help us win this game here. So kudos to Furkan for stepping up big when we needed some shooting. And we saw the return back of Matisse Thybulle after a 9-game absence from the Philadelphia 76ers. Matisse would come back, and he didn't have the same impact that we saw from before his injury. But it's good to see him back out there, getting his legs back under him, and he's going to get back to game shape, and he's going to get back to the energy booster that we know and love Matisse being. But defensively, The guy for me that really stood out was Norvel Pelle. Norvel Pelle, it would be thrusted into the backup center role with Joel Embiid out. And Norvel is just showing you that you need to give him more minutes. He is a great rim protector, and he's what we need for right now with Joel out, because Joel's that rim protector. Norvel can absolutely be that guy. He is fearless. He does not allow anyone to get by him, and I love that from Norvel Pelle, and I need to see more of that from Norvel. He would finish with 6 points, 4 boards, and 2 blocks, so a good game from Norvel Pelle, and I need more of this Norvel Pelle from the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys, this was a great win, and like I said, back-to-back games, you had absolute team wins, and really, more importantly for me, what I got from this is Brett Brown actually, experimenting and being creative, defensively, the rotation, giving Boston Celtics different looks. Look, Kemba Walker and Marcus Smart were dishing in this game. Kemba Walker did leave early with an injury, but Kemba did put up 26 points and Marcus Smart put up 24 points. And both those guys were knocking down threes. They were wet from the three-point line. Kemba was working it with his handles, but you still found a way to get the win here. And look, I've told you guys, if this team continues to play as a team, they will continue to win. And after the game, Tobias Harris had a quick interview on court, and he said the same. He said exactly what I wanted to hear. We have to trust each other. We got to play as a team. These guys are getting it. Josh is getting it. And even Ben Simmons was a little unselfish here. We've come at Ben Simmons for not wanting to shoot, making Brett Brown look bad. Like, listen, you not shooting is not Brett Brown's fault. He's told us, he's told you that he wants more shooting from you, and yet you still haven't done it. And that really has bothered a lot of us in Sixers Nation, but, Ben Simmons went out and played a different position in this game, and he produced and helped us win here. Will Ben Simmons ever be a regular shooter, enough of a shooter to help us win? We don't know, but you saw some things in this game that I think we all want to see more of going forward for the Philadelphia 76ers. And more importantly, kudos to the Sixers for getting a victory against a good Boston Celtics team, putting the Boston Celtics now in a 3-game losing streak without your best player, Joel Embiid. That is definitely a win in my book. But guys, that is all I got for you here today. Final score again, Philadelphia 76ers beating the Boston Celtics 109-98. It's always great beating the Boston Celtics. And next up, guys, we are back at it on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, back at the down in Dallas. We'll be down in Big D, facing off against the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is back, so will Ben play point guard again? He might start off point guard, but we'll see if Ben and Josh switch off again like this game. And we'll see if the defense can play as dominant as they did as well against Dallas. So that will be exciting Saturday night game. But guys, in the comments below, I want to hear from you guys. Let's talk Sixers. You want to talk about this game? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about Joel Embiid's injury? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about the next game against the Dallas Mavericks? Let's talk about that below. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me, honestly, guys. I'm just a young Colombian American who is trying to make his name known in the Philadelphia sports market. And guys, I can really use your guys' help to help me grow. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for his notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. Guys, you want to follow me on other platforms of social media, you can absolutely do that as well. Follow me on Twitter at Parceo Philly, and you can also follow me on Instagram at @L_Parceo_. And until next time, gente, I'm El Parceo Philly, telling you guys to always trust the process. I'll talk to you soon.